In this video series, we are going to learn how to create what are called registration keys. Registration keys are added to the different components of a sculpture, or in our case, to the different parts of 3D printed models, so that when we are done 3D printing them and we want to put them together, that they register in the correct place so that they don't slip around, they don't rotate, and so on. And for this, we're going to use very simple spheres. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide one of the meshes. We're going to hide the Nefertiti head by clicking on the eyeball. And the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to go to a orthographic view and make sure that the cameras are set up to orthographic by going to the bottom right of the view cube and select orthographic. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our Meshmix tools. We're going to make sure that we go to primitives. So let's go ahead and drag this sphere right here. And as soon as we drag this sphere, right, if we are in the top view, we can align it by dragging this little sphere icon right here. And I'm going to go to the drop solid menu, and I'm going to change my dimension for the sphere to 25 millimeters. That's going to be the size of the male key. And now I'm going to go to my side view. I'm going to rotate my camera, and then I'm going to click on back in this case. And I'm going to zoom in. And notice that the dropped solid sphere that we have here has landed on the surface of the neck. And what we want to do is we want to offset the sphere inside of the neck so that the angle where the key connects to the neck is more than 90 degrees. A corner of 90 degrees can make the headpiece catch or get stuck. So we're going to put an offset of -3. And now notice that the sphere has dropped down 3 millimeters into the neck. Especially when it comes to printing these meshes right here in a resin 3D printer, you can build resin on the corner where the male key connects with the surface, preventing the top piece from fitting correctly. So by dropping the key, you're going to get a better fit. You're going to prevent all that buildup in these corners. Okay, now that I have this key right here, I'm going to make sure that this is create a new object. I'm going to click on accept. And there is our male key. Now, we're going to need a male and a female key. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this drop part right here. I'm going to double click on its name, and I'm going to name this one male key. And I'm going to name this one number 1. I'm going to duplicate this. And the reason why we created a unique object is because we're going to clone this male key. I'm going to click on this icon right here. And this is going to give us a clone, which I'm going to name this one right here female key. Perfect. Now that I have this female key selected, I'm going to enlarge it by a couple of millimeters. We're going to go to Edit, and we're going to go to Transform. Now, this is going to tell me that this sphere right here is 25 by 25 by 25, roughly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this 27 by 27 by 27. We want the female key, the one that's going to generate the hole, which will be found in the head of the Nefertiti mesh. We want that to be a little bit bigger than the male key so that there's space for the glue. So I'm going to enable uniform scaling, and I'm just going to manually type in 27 by 27 by 27. I'm going to hit accept. And now you'll notice that the female key is 2 millimeters bigger in diameter than the male key. I'm going to select the male key, turn off its visibility, and I'm going to zoom in. And as you can see, the female key will be attached to the head mesh. And that will create the void where the male key will go. Now, this gap again is going to be mostly for the glue to move around. So now let's go ahead. I'm going to select the male key and the female key, and I'm going to make a duplicate by selecting both while holding Command on a Mac or Control on a PC. And then I'm going to click on the duplicate. Now I'm going to name this one male key 2 and female key 2. And while selecting both of them, I can go to Transform. And I'm going to move these two on this side view right here towards the back. And I'm going to replicate the same thing that we did in the front. I'm going to offset those two 3 millimeters, this time towards the inside of the Nefertiti head. So what we're doing is we're doing the same thing that we did in the front, but on the top. This way, the male key that is going to be attached to the Nefertiti head right here will not have a sharp edge where it connects with the surface of the neck. And that way we will prevent the neck piece from catching up in this corner right here. You notice that the angle is more than 90 degrees, which will prevent the neck piece from catching on or getting stuck in that place. Next, we're going to combine the keys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pair of keys with one mesh. So in this case, I'm going to combine this key right here, the male key number 2, with the Nefertiti head. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the female key number 2, and I'm going to subtract that one from the neck. And that will create the void where the male key that is going to be attached to the neck will go. And then I will repeat the same operation for the keys in the front. All right, so the order of Boolean operations when it comes to adding two meshes together is very simple. You are going to select both pieces while holding Command on a Mac, Control on a PC. And as soon as you do that, you're going to get this window right here with the Boolean operations towards the bottom. To add two meshes together, you're going to use Boolean union. Remember, the order that we selected these two meshes, it's not important. It's going to be important when we use one mesh to subtract its shape from another one, and that is going to be the Boolean difference, which we will do next. So let's go to Boolean union. Now we have the union operation in preview mode, and you will notice that the male key, which was the second one that we selected, is orange. That is the preview. The only thing that we're going to do to this operation is we're going to disable auto reduce results. You do not want Meshmixer to change the topology of your mesh. So let's deselect this. It is going to regenerate the preview. And as soon as we have deselect the auto reduce result, we are going to click on accept. Everything else, we're going to leave it the way it is. And in a few seconds, you will notice that now you have these two objects combined as one single mesh. Excellent. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to select the female key right here. Remember, this is 2 millimeters bigger in diameter than the male key. And I'm going to use that to extract itself from the neck piece. Now, the Boolean operation to subtract one mesh from another one has a specific selection order. First, you have to select the object that you're going to subtract from, in this case, our Nefertiti neck. And then you're going to hold Command on a Mac, Control on a PC, and you're going to select the object that you're going to subtract with second. Again, we're going to have our Boolean operation window pop up, and we're going to select Boolean difference. And we're going to get a preview as we got with union, and we're going to keep the same settings as we did with the union operation. We're going to leave everything the way it is, and we're going to disable auto reduce results. And if this looks good, what we can do is we can click on accept. And there you have it. If I select the Nefertiti head without turning its visibility on so that we can see this X-ray mode, you will notice that the male key will fit in this cavity created by the female key. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the other two keys. I'm going to use the male key number 1 right here, and I'm going to attach that one to the neck. And then I'm going to use the female key number 1 right here, and I'm going to subtract that one from the head. Let's do that. So remember, for union, the selection order does not really matter. So I'm going to select my Nefertiti neck first, and then I'm going to hold Command on a Mac, Control on a PC, and I'm going to select my male key second. Our Boolean operation windows will pop up. We're going to select Boolean union. We have our preview right here. We're going to leave everything the way it is, and we're going to uncheck auto reduce results. And if we're happy with what we have, all we have to do is click on accept. And there you have it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use this female key right here to create a hole on the Nefertiti head. Now, remember the order for subtraction Boolean operation. We are going to select the object that you're going to subtract from first, the Nefertiti head, and then we're going to hold Command or Control on a PC, and we're going to select the object that you're going to subtract with second, and we're going to go to Boolean difference. We are going to disable auto reduce results, and if we are happy with what we're getting in the preview, we're going to click on accept. And there you have it. So if I turn on the neck right here, and if I disable the visibility of the Nefertiti head layer while it is selected, it will turn it into an X-ray mode. And now here you can see how these keys right here are going to work for our 3D printed model. And if we zoom out and we hide the visibility for the Nefertiti head, you can see that the neck has a male key and a female key. And the head has a female and a male key that will work together with the keys on the neck to create our registration keys.